Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Comrade 64. How you guys doing today? And for this video, I'm gonna be talking about giving my thoughts on the Doordash girl situation, the situation with Olivia Henderson, the Doordash girl. And I think a lot of people probably know about it right now. I mean, it's pretty much blown up all over the internet. But for those you don't know and don't know who Olivia Henderson is, so Olivia Henderson, she's this lady. She used to work for Doordash, and apparently, what happened? I think like, uh, I'm not sure where this incident took place. Like last month or something, or a couple weeks or days ago. I don't know. I'm pretty. It's. I think it's somewhat a little bit old news by now, but I think it's still being recent and still being talked about by some people. So apparently, what happened was she, like I said, she worked for DoorDash. She used to work for DoorDash, and apparently, she was delivering like a food for this person, this guy, and apparently she was supposed to leave it on his doorstep, and apparently she went to his house, to drop off the food, and she said that the guy apparently sexually assaulted him. But apparently, it was actually real that apparently, she had like opened the door on him, and apparently she filmed him with his pants down. I think he had his pants down, or he was wearing no pants at all. Or he was half naked from the bottom, something like that. And I th- and apparently she recorded it, and she said that she was sexually assaulted, and apparently, it went viral. She posted on TikTok and went viral every. uh, So yeah, and that's pretty much the gist of it. And apparently, I think she like was suing the guy or something. But apparently, a lot of people started looking into the story and see that that wasn't that. How could she be sexually assaulted when she was the one that opened the door? And that apparently she was fired from DoorDash, and apparently her account was locked. And apparently the guy who she filmed, apparently his account was locked from DoorDash, and I think he's no longer allowed to order from DoorDash anymore. And apparently now recently the girl Olivia Henson, she got arrested for for what she did, like when she was filming the guy, you know, saying that for invasion, I think invasion of privacy, something like that. I think that's the best way I can explain it. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of like the gist of it. So I'm here to give my thoughts on it. I'm gonna say it's pretty much kind of like a messy situation, mostly for Olivia Henderson and the guy who she filmed. It pretty much sucks for both of them. I mean, I would say Olivia Henderson. It is in a way, it is kind of her fault in a way because, to be honest, here's the thing: when the guy ordered the food to be delivered, it was supposed to be drop off on his porch basically. She was supposed to like drop off the food on the porch, and then that's it, leave. But apparently she saw his door open and she decided to crack it open. But which is said to be something that you're not supposed to do, at least from what I heard. So in a way, it is kind of her fault because she pretty much invaded his privacy. She wasn't supposed to crack the door open and look inside. Okay, like if she was going to tell the guy, hey, your food's here. I guess that's understandable, but it was said that she was supposed to just drop off the food and then that's it, and then just leave. Just drop it off on the porch and then leave and be on your way. That's what she was directed to do, and I think that's what the guy asked. You know, and apparently the guy, he was passed out on the couch. Either I don't know if he didn't have any or pants on, or he probably just had his pants down. I don't know. I really, I pretty much forgot now. she did film it, like I said, and it was uploaded on TikTok. And I think TikTok immediately took it down because it was like they kind of, I think it was like uh, inappropriate. Yeah, it was inappropriate because yeah, you shouldn't upload something with someone with their junk or mm, be naked or something, shown on there because no website allows that to upload, naked stuff, those kind of stuff anywhere. Unless I think it was like if it's like a porn website or something, I don't know. But bottom line is that they don't allow that stuff at all, and you do, and if you do that stuff, you get immediately terminated. Is for real. And like you know, so Olivia Henderson, she pretty much just kind of violate the guy's privacy, and and apparently she went on social media. She was talking about, and she was like like losing her mind, like being angry, like saying like, "Doordash fired me. I was sexually assaulted." But then again, how are you sexually assaulted if the guy, if he was passed out on the couch and you open the door when you weren't supposed to and you see the guy passed out? Like, how did he sexually assaulted you? You know, so that doesn't make any sense. So there are a lot of red flags in her complaint, basically, and the fact that she wasn't supposed to open his door at all. She was supposed to just drop the food off and just leave, and that's it. That's what DoorDashers mostly do. They just drop off the food, or sometimes they just call or just ring the doorbell. I mean, sure, I have ordered from DoorDash, I think once, and apparently I had my food just dropped off on the porch, and that's it. Well, I live in an apartment, so outside on the porch, the apartment's porch. But so yeah, DoorDash drivers, they often just drop food off on the porch, and that's about it. Well, if it's actually drop off, like if you ask them to like drop off on the porch, or like if you want to ring the doorbell or call and say they're outside. And I think that's the case with other online food deliveries like Uber Eats, which I just ordered yesterday. I asked for a ring at the doorbell, and I guess like Grubhub and others like Instacart, something like that. So I think all all of them are kind of like they had to do by the person's request, like either to leave it in front of the porch or ring the doorbell or call them, you know, one of those things. And the guy specifically asked to be dropped off on the porch, but you know, Olivia Henderson, she just decided to just she saw the door open and she decided to just propped it open. But to be honest, she was the one in the wrong. Honestly, at the end of the day, because she wasn't supposed to do that. She was just supposed to, again, drop the food off and then be on her way. But she decided to go ahead and do that. And now she's making a false accusation against this guy, saying that he sexually assaulted her. But you can clearly see that the guy was passed out. I mean, so I think the video was still up online somewhere. Sorry, it was removed on TikTok, but I think some people have probably saved it, and there's probably just this edited version of it. And so yeah, it's the internet, so nothing goes away on the internet pretty much, unfortunately. So well yeah, this does suck for Olivia Henderson, but also this does kind of also suck for the guy as well. I mean, Olivia Henderson, she pretty much kind of just ruined her reputation now, basically. Now people are probably gonna look at her as like, oh, that DoorDash girl who's essentially also a peeping Tom in a way, or just actually peeping people's houses or something. And apparently now she got arrested, I think, or I think she went to trial or something. I don't know if she's in jail right now or if she's let out. I'll probably look up some more information about it. But not only is this she only ruined, so in a way she kind of ruined her own life. And not only did she ruin her life, or was this also bad for her? This is also bad for the other guy, the guy who she filmed. She pretty much also basically kind of ruined his life too, because now because she basically filmed him with his private part showing out, basically on the internet for people to see, and people pretty much saw that, and now And the fact that now he's account from DoorDash has been suspended or deleted or something, or he's not allowed to order from DoorDash anymore. He's probably banned from DoorDash. And what kind of sucks is that it's not even his fault, and it's not really fair to him. And he's being falsely accused of something that he basically didn't even do. He was just passed out on his couch, naked. Well, only from the bottom. I think I don't know if he had pants down or he had no pants at all or something like that. But he was just passed out on his couch, and that's it. And Olivia Henderson basically just, in a way, I guess you could say she maybe someone kind of broke into his house in a way by opening the door. If you want to count that as breaking and entering something like that, she pretty much just kind of she pretty much kind of just ruined this guy's life, you know. And now this guy, he's probably going to be known on the internet as the guy who's naked and who just pass naked and just pass out on the couch all the time. You know, it's probably going to be difficult for him to try to find a job somewhere or something. And who knows how he feels. His life is probably ruined by this. His family and loved ones, his girlfriend probably. His close friends. His family members. The people who probably knew him like at his workplace or something. This could probably affect his relationship and affect his future somewhere down the line. You know, so she pretty much not only ruined her life but also his life. I mean, both their lives are probably screwed at this point. None of them are probably going to be able to find a job somewhere. Both of them are no longer allowed to be associated with DoorDash. Not allowed to order or work for DoorDash. Well, Olivia's not allowed to work for DoorDash anymore. We can assume that probably. And the guy, he pretty much got his account for DoorDash deleted or, or suspended, from what I heard. So the whole thing is pretty much a messy situation. It's a shitty situation. I mean, Olivia Henderson, when I saw in some of these videos that she did, she just sounded like she was a complete crazy person. Like she was just losing her mind. It's like I don't know if she's dealing with some mental issues or something, but she was just freaking out, saying like, "Oh, DoorDash fired me. Why am I being fired? I was sexually assaulted." Really? Were you really sexually assaulted? Or are you just lying? You know? It just kind of feels like that some women are making false accusations against guys nowadays. Not all of them, just some of them. You know, the whole thing with, the whole thing with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni that happened last year in 2024 while filming This Ends With Us. Some people are mostly seem to be taking Justin Baldoni's side, and it seems like there are evidence that Justin Baldoni is innocent and Blake Lively is the one that's making it up. And if that is true, that's kind of sad to hear. Because Blake Lively, she was one of those actresses that I really support. Her and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, her and Ryan Reynolds, I thought they were like the great Hollywood duo. The great couple duo. They were just a great duo in general. Ryan, he's a lucky guy to have a wife like her, a pretty woman. Like I said, they felt like a great duo. But if it is true that Blake Lively is a terrible person, that she's just making false accusations against Justin Baldoni and maybe in general, and that's really hard to hear. But then again, these celebrities, we don't really know them at the end of the day. And also Blake Lively, there have been other controversies surrounding her. Other people come out saying stuff about her. I don't really know if this is true or not. Well, this is unfortunate. And also, there's also the whole thing with Amber Heard, and I think there have been other females that have falsely accused guys of certain stuff. I mean, I think this woman falsely accused Jamie Foxx of hitting her with her penis or something like that. So I guess there are some women that tend to lie, just get their 50 seconds, minute of fame, or try to get money out of the guy. Like Angry Joe, he was falsely accused by this lady, Andy Signor, who I think worked for Screen Junkies, I think that was called, or something. He was falsely accused by a woman. So there have been some women out there who have falsely accused guys, and actually it's actually revealed that those false allegations tend out to be false. Amber Heard, Blake Lively, uh, that lady who falsely accused Jamie Foxx. You know, the whole thing with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, that was something. But a good thing that Johnny Depp won. Bravo for you, Johnny Depp, and good luck on your future career. So yeah, overall, it seems like there are some women, not saying all of them, some of them who just make false accusations against guys. Because maybe it's either because they don't like the certain guy for some reason, or just they're just crazy or something. You know, making false accusations against someone is just a terrible thing to do. You know, that's why it's kind of hard to believe certain people to see what's true or not. But something, we need one thing that we need to learn from this is that, and take from this is that, let's not always jump to the conclusion like right away. Okay, let's not just hear just one side of the story. Let's try to hear like the other side as well too, or multiple sides, or see and look at things and see if they make sense. Say, be like, hey, that doesn't make any sense right there. Like this whole DoorDash girl situation, you know, she pretty much opened the guy's door when she wasn't supposed to. Just drop off the food and be on your way. That's it. You know. So yeah, this whole thing is just a messy situation. You know, do I feel bad for Olivia Henderson in a way? Not really, because I think she kind of brought it on herself. Don't get me wrong, Olivia Henderson, she looks pretty, but she's just crazy. She looks very crazy and insane, honestly. And she's probably an insane person, crazy person, like Helena Taylor. Remember that whole Bayonetta 3 controversy back in 2022, I believe? Yeah. Well, I don't know if Helena Taylor is crazy. She probably is or something. So yeah, there are some females out there who have kind of lost their minds. Not all of them, just some of them. And Olivia Henderson, she's probably one of them. But I mostly feel bad for the guy who she filmed, because his livelihood is probably ruined at this point. Who knows? We don't know what to say. Or who knows? Maybe he could possibly bounce back from this. Maybe DoorDash might be nice enough to let him reopen his account again or something. Or maybe DoorDash might make like some kind of apology to him. I think Olivia Henderson should make an apology to him, for opening his door when she wasn't supposed to, filming him, and essentially ruining his career, his life. So you know. But who knows? He probably doesn't even want to hear an apology from her. But overall, this whole DoorDash girl situation is a mess. You know. But hopefully, both parties, everyone involved, gets some closure. Like Olivia Henderson, I have no idea what's going to be next for her. What's going to be next for her in the future? Honestly, she's probably going to be blacklisted or something. I don't know. And the guy, hopefully, he doesn't get blacklisted, because it wasn't really his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, yeah, he was passed out. But you know what? When you're in the privacy of your own home, you're pretty much allowed to do whatever it is you want. In the privacy of your own home, where you're all alone, when no one's around, when no one's with you. And I guess, like, even if you have a pet or something, or if you're all alone in your house, you're allowed to do whatever it is you want. You're allowed to be naked and do whatever you want, as long as no one else is around, because you're in the privacy of your own home, and you can do whatever it's the hell you want. All right. Nobody can come in and say, hey, you can't do that inside your house. If you have company, yeah, you can't do that. But if you're all alone, you're free to do whatever the hell you want. Yep, it's that simple. So yeah, I do feel bad for that guy. I feel bad for him more than I feel bad for Olivia Henderson, because Olivia, you really, excuse my language, but you really fucked up, girl. You really fucked up badly. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. You know, but bottom line is, if you ever work for DoorDash, whatever you do, if they say leave the food on the porch, just do that. Okay, if you see the door slightly a little bit open, don't open the door, don't knock on the door or anything. Just let it be. Okay, because people need their privacy sometimes. And like I said before, the guy asked for the food to be dropped off on his porch, and that's it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, really. And what we gotta remember to respect people's privacy. Now, I made a video called "Respecting Women and People in General." Feel free to check that video out because I do talk about respect for women, and also not just women, but also men in general. Respect people in their space. Definitely check that video out. So that's going to be it for this video. What are your thoughts on this whole Gorga show situation? You think Olivia Henderson is? You think she's crazy or something like that? You think she was at fault of the whole thing? And do you feel bad for the guy who she filmed? And you think some women are just crazy and like false accusations against guys? You let me know. And also, I know there was also the whole thing with Vic Mignogna and Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi, but I don't really know too much about that, honestly, and I'm not on either side. Vic Mignogna, he could be innocent or he could be guilty. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and all that jazz. And I have more fun videos come up in the future. 2026, here we come. This is Comrade 64. Sign out, guys. Peace out. And one more thing, let's respect people's privacy.